If you are a young hustler, you've heard about how great real estate is, the money that can be made, how easy it is maybe, but there might be something stopping you from becoming a full-fledged real estate agent, whether you're too young, can't afford it yet, don't have the time, don't meet the qualifications. It is not the end for you. About 20 to 30% of my team actually is unlicensed, and they're making lots of money with me in real estate. So let me share with you the 2 to 3 big options that I share with people every day who are going through the exact same thing and want to get into this field. Let's go! If we have not met yet, my name is vay.namae. I'm a full-time real estate agent here in Seattle. I'm 20 years old and I started when I was 18. Found a lot of success in the business and I really love it, and I've gotten to build this team and really help train them and hone down how to get into real estate for younger people. I love doing it, it's my whole jam, and it's what this channel is all about, so please drop a subscribe if you haven't yet, like this video and share it with a friend who might be interested. Thanks in advance. I'm such a YouTuber now. So, getting into real estate. The truth of the matter is you really do not need a real estate license to make money in real estate. Yes, it helps a lot and it's very easy to get. And because it's fairly easy to get, we have a ton of real estate agents in the market, but not all of them are active anyway. Obviously, the license is what legally allows you to collect commission checks and make commission money off of real estate deals. But if you can't get it yet, it's not the end. So here's what I'm teaching my unlicensed agents. Number one, whenever I bring on a new unlicensed person to my team, I teach them how to prospect for real estate deals, buyers and sellers. We have systems in our office that we use to generate leads. We do everything from cold calling, online ads, mailers, door knocking even. And so, in real estate, for agents, lead generation is the name of the game. If you don't have leads coming in, you don't have a business. A real estate agent's main priority every day is to find more business. And so if you, as an unlicensed person, can go up to a real estate agent and be like, hey, you want more business, right? What if you train me in the ways that you know how to get business? I hustled my ass off and got you business, and in exchange, I get that real estate training, that mentorship, that experience. I get to shadow you, go with you on the appointments, and basically work alongside you to learn the real estate business. Side note, this strategy is 100% intended for individuals who intend to become a real estate agent, obviously, right? Because this is how you get down and dirty and build the skills that will make you a successful real estate agent once you get that license. This role is called independent sales agent, marketing manager, lead generator. Independent sales agent is really the popular one, and a lot of times you could probably go online and find brokerages that might be hiring for ISAs, but the most successful way I've seen this done, which is what happened with my team, is that these young hustlers who don't have a license yet and they don't know anything about real estate, they approach me, whether it was a friend from high school, someone in the community, someone from TikTok. They were in my local area and they approached me and basically asked me if I had any opportunities for them. And I do as an agent, but not all agents do. So if you're picking up what I'm putting down, I'm saying that you need to hustle and prospect for agents so that you can prospect for them, basically. You need to be very proactive to create this opportunity for yourself. While there are tons of agents, there are some that might be too busy, some that don't see the value in having an ISA. Maybe they don't want to pay you for your deals. And so in my mind, I would say look for someone who's maybe younger like myself, not doing all the business they want. Maybe they have other things they want to focus on. You can team up, and the way it would work in an ideal world is you lead generate, you create opportunities for sales, you set appointments, which is the name of the game, and then either the agent goes on them or you can both go on them, you shadow them if they'll let you, and they close the deal, they go through the entire transaction, and you could get a bonus based on what you bring in. Pretty freaking cool. The way it works on my team is I taught my team members how to cold call, how to create ads, how to send out mailers, how to door knock. And so on their own time, or we do it together, they generate leads, they set appointments, we go on them together, I close the deal, and so I give them a cut based on their appointments. There are certain laws that regulate agents advertising that they will pay you based on closing, and so some agents don't necessarily go for it, or it'll be a smaller pay. But like I said, name of the game with this strategy is real estate experience. A bonus is a bonus. And I like this strategy because it really eases you into real estate. And it really simulates the experience of being a real estate agent. You learn how to talk to people, you deal with rejection, you figure out how to close, you learn the real estate process. It's very, very immersive. So that's why I say this is really great for younger people who intend to become a real estate agent. Method number 2, if you don't have a real estate license yet, but you want to make money and learn about real estate, I would recommend wholesaling. Now, contrary to our first strategy of becoming an ISA, wholesaling can be really big money. I would say it's simpler, probably just as difficult for someone starting out, but it doesn't necessarily involve the full agent experience of marketing yourself, branding, creating a business, right? Wholesaling is very, how do you say it? I would say it's like straight up in a way and transactional and just one after the other. And it's kind of a lucrative thing. I'm sure you've heard of this by now if you're someone who's looking to get into real estate. Maybe that's where you heard about it in the first place, is this wholesaling thing. Like, what is it? You find a property under market value and sell it to someone else? Like, how does that work, right? So let me tell you. So I've been wholesaling for about 6 months now, and I'm pretty familiar with the process just because I've been around agents who've been doing it for a long time. And so what it is prospecting for motivated sellers. You want to find people who want to sell in the next 7 to 30 to 60 days. It could be for whatever reason. They're retiring, they need to move quickly, they're in distress, which means they owe a lot of money on their property, or it's in really bad condition and they need to get out, or they just don't want the hassle of the real estate market. They don't want people in their house for showings. They don't want to deal with 20 offers. They don't want to pay realtor commissions. Even though listing is how you get top dollar, some would rather take a little less, have a really easy process, and be on their merry way. And so the way it works, once you find a motivated seller, the top strategies for finding these are bird dogging, which is basically driving down the street. Oh, there's a distressed property. Let me take the address down, go home, look it up, find the seller, call them up, or mail them or email them, whatever you want to do. So bird dogging, cold calling, mailers, and door knocking. Without getting into the nitty gritty, you basically get a list of distressed sellers from a title company based on X criteria. That's a whole nother video. In this one, I'm just trying to help you understand what it is, and then we'll go full on detail in another one. So we find the motivated seller, we come from a place of service, we ask them questions and understand their situation, and we make them a below market value offer. Obviously, we do not want to scam people. That's not the business we're in. We want to help people and make this process easier. Like I said, maybe they're in distress, they need to move, they need quick cash. They don't want to deal with the market. And so you make them an offer below market value, and once they accept, then they sign it. And it's important that you make the offer as yourself or your LLC and or assigns, because that's how you assign the contract. More nitty-gritty stuff. But basically, you make the offer, they accept it, and then you take that contract and you sell it to someone else for a higher price. And that's where you make your money, is in between. It's that difference. So for example, if I find a distressed seller for $400,000 in Renton, Washington, a nice old couple, they want to move to Florida, they don't want to have 50 people through their house, and they don't want to pay 30 grand in realtor commissions. So they're willing to sell it to me for $400,000. I take that contract and I find a happy family or an investor or a buyer or whatever. It's not hard to find buyers in this market at all because everyone wants to buy. I sell it to the next guy for $450,000. I just made $50,000. This shit is real. You don't need a license, and it's really good money. And the reason that most people don't do it is because they either don't know how or they don't have the hustle. You have to either pay $2,000 to $5,000 a month for mailers, or you have to be on the phones for 4 to 6 hours a week calling, or out on the field knocking on doors. And there's a script for what to say, and eventually it becomes a lot of fun when you start making these deals. Like, how are you not going to be excited about 30 grand, 40 grand, 50 grand assignment fee? That is the lit part. So the thing I will say about wholesaling is I do recommend finding yourself a mentor, someone who is wholesaling all the time. They're investing, they're flipping, they're holding, whatever it is. Because number one, local laws can really dictate this process. Some states don't even allow wholesaling. It's illegal in some states. And then number two, someone experienced is going to help you to not make mistakes. And not only that, but if you can find someone just like the ISA model who will teach you the process as long as you find the deal, you go on the appointment together, they close, they do all the work, and you get half at the end. That is a good deal. And that's the deal that I have my teammates on. So it's summer 2021. I just kind of started teaching them how to do this. And so they're gonna be making a lot of money. I believe in them. But yeah, so if you can't get a real estate license yet, it really is not the end. And you don't have to just sit in your room all day trying to read books and study the market until you're old enough to get your license or until you've saved enough. There are ways to really get out there and get your feet dirty in real estate. And the other thing about wholesaling and why it's so accessible is because you don't need a credit score, you don't need any financial requirement, you don't need previous real estate experience, you just need to be like 18. honestly, and I really want you to not lie to people. There are a lot of scamming wholesalers out there, and the ones with real estate licenses are held to a higher standard and they have more resources available to them, but we're talking about non-licensees. So anything else? What else can you do? I say wholesaling instead of like flipping or burring because, like I said, you don't need money to start wholesaling, but you do to start flipping and burring. And if you never become an agent, wholesaling is an awesome way to stack cash so that you can start flipping and burring. Because if your goal is to create financial wealth, you're gonna need to hold property. There is not a single billionaire who doesn't own a lot of real estate. On that note, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this helped and kind of opened your eyes a little bit about how to get into real estate without needing that license. Let me know your questions. Give me a follow on Instagram. I love talking to people on there and sharing the deals I'm doing and what I'm up to. So I'd love to connect. Thanks again and see you in the next video. Classic.